me about the origins of Omega.
Yeah, in a few words, 1848, up in the Swiss mountains, a small private company called Louis Brandt changed the name to Omega in the 1890s based on the first industrial movement made back then that showed the way for the future. And ever since been looking forward. I mean, it's got a history. First brand to do the Olympics in LA in 1932, chosen by NASA 69 to go to the moon. First watch on the moon.
That's impressive.
Still with all the space agencies, European, Russian, and American, all manned space missions. And all the rest we've done in terms of diving, in terms of different sporting events, in the different other timing activities, and also in terms of product. It's always been our key mission to work on the watch movement, which is our mainstream ambition to be number one in that.
Has the watch movement developed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, basically, the competitors will say, some will say no. I think they have. I think the coaxial that we introduced late 90s, 1998, 9, invented by a crazy English watchmaker called George Daniels, passed away now. He, we took that over and we developed it. And it's given Omega a hallmark movement today that we've now developed and introduced recently the anti-magnetic movement, which it may sound not very interesting to have a watch that is anti-magnetic, but I can assure you that in today's world, where magnetism is rampant in every smartphone, every airbag, every fridge door, every handbag that a woman opens, the magnetism will affect the mechanical movement. So to have an anti-magnetic movement is a fantastic asset today. So this is our big thing for the future.
Since you've come on board and what your title is and the vision that you see for the brand.
Okay, I started my career as a very young man at Omega in '68. I was there, in fact, when they went to the moon. I had headphones on because I was one of the few guys at Omega back then who could understand English. That was a big honor for me to do that. And I was told that if you ever heard the word Omega, write it down. Luckily, neither Armstrong or Aldrin said Omega, which is a good sign. So that meant everything went well.
So you had headphones on where? Where were you?
In Vienna, in the office in our headquarters in Switzerland, yeah, sure, listening. So that was 6 years there. I left for 23 years from another watch company, a very small niche company. Came back in the late 90s.
In the late 90s.
And I became CEO of Omega in '99, so now been 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, back. I never thought I'd come back because this was my first job, my first brand.
So tell me about your vision here now and Cindy Crawford as the brand ambassador and a little bit about your social responsiveness.
Cindy's been really a fantastic asset.
She's a wonderful role model.
Role model. She played a big role in getting the brand off in the difficult period in the late 80s, early 90s. We needed that push that she gave, and she became synonymous with our Constellation collection. And what I see for the brand is that this unbelievable potential that we have, that I think especially in the U.S. market where we've been really present in a very meaningful way all these years, but where people like walk into a shop like a store like this and they say they know Omega obviously, but what they see here they didn't really know, and they say this is Omega. And I think this is why I'm really happy to see that we're finally getting this message across.